In this video, we're going to talk about how to find the average rate of change. So, first we're going to talk about this definition. Okay, I have the definition written here, and then I'll give an example where we are actually finding it. Okay, so let me draw something to try to describe this definition. So I'm just going to draw a just graph here. Okay. All right. So say you have a point, say these 2 points actually, and so this point is a comma f of a. For generality's sake, so it's just any point, and so a is the x and f of a is the y. All right. And then there's another point over here. This one is b and f of b. All right. And then average rate of change is basically, so if I were to draw a line between these 2 points, okay, so it's supposed to be a straight line. If I were to draw a straight line through those 2 points, the average rate of change is basically the slope of that line. Okay, so this line is actually called the secant line because it's going through the graph at 2 points. So this is called the secant line, and the slope of the secant line is the average rate of change. Okay, so you remember slope. How do you find slope between 2 different points? So the slope is the change in y divided by the change in x. Okay, so in this case, the change in y would be f of b, right, because this is the y coordinate here, minus f of a, that's the y coordinate there, divided by the change in x would be b minus a. Okay, whoa, there we go. That is the formula for the average rate of change. Okay, so average rate of change is just the slope of the line that's between the 2 points. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do an example where we're finding average rate of change. Okay, so here in this one, we're going to find the average rate of change between the points -1, where x equals -1, and then x equals 3. So remember, this is the formula. Let's just write it here, b minus a. So I'll have f of a is b is 3, so f of b is f of 3, minus f of a divided by 3 minus 1. Okay, f of 3, so let's just plug in 3 for in this equation here. So let's just plug in 3. So I'll have 3 squared plus 1 minus, now let's plug in -1 into the function, so I'll have -1 squared plus 1. Okay, all that divided by 3. These two negatives, negative and negative, that makes a positive. Alright, so now let's simplify a little bit. So we have 9 plus 1 minus -1 squared is 1 plus 1 divided by 4. Okay, 9 plus 1 is 10 minus 1 plus 1 is 2 over 4. I'm going to bring this over here. So then I have 10 minus 2 is 8 over 4. So then I have 2. Oops. Okay, so the average rate of change is 2.